Colin Vallon. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, and also welcome to the two members of your trio. You were born in Switzerland, and you were surrounded by different styles of music.
Yeah.
But you started playing the classic piano, but you didn't do it for a very long time.
No, I didn't.
You stopped.
I stopped.
Tell me why you stopped and why you quit, and what sort of led you to improvisation.
Well, I was playing with a really traditional classical training, like very silly tunes, and I really didn't like them. Yeah, really easy tunes, and I didn't like them so much. But the problem was more that I never learned to read music, so I was always learning by ear. And then after a while, my teacher saw, okay, he's cheating.
He's cheating, yeah.
She realized that I was cheating, so
why didn't you learn notes?
Because it was much easier for me to learn music from hearing her play, so I could memorize it much quicker. And so I decided it was not for me. And then I discovered blues. And what hooked me was really the freedom that it gives you, the way you can really create music in the moment. And that was, for me, the most important thing. And it got me here in the end.
So, okay. And then who taught you the blues?
So it was my uncle. He showed me a little pattern, it's very traditional blues way of playing, and I would like play it for hours, and everybody would hate me in the house because I wouldn't stop. And then I found a teacher in my hometown that got me into jazz and other stuff.
This was a special man, right? I mean, you really liked being around him and studying with him.
Yeah, he's a good teacher. I think he was intelligent enough to not show me too much at the time.
Yeah.
So he showed me a little thing. Yeah, you can do this like this, and so I got hooked. Like I had the feeling there is always something new to discover. So for me, it was somehow his pedagogy was really what I needed at that time.
Yeah. And was he also? What was his name, by the way?
Marc Utrecht.
Marc Utrecht. Yeah. Was he? Because he was a jazz.
Yeah,
pianist also?
The jazz pianist, yes.
Yeah. Was he the one to introduce you, let's say, to the jazz scene in Switzerland? Is there such a thing as a jazz culture there?
Well, there is a jazz scene. There is a lot of players. I don't think you can say there is an identity or a Swiss jazz identity, because it's hard to define, because it's always made of very individual persons. But there is definitely a jazz scene. But he wasn't the one that introduced me to it. It was a bass player in Switzerland that kind of got me into this system, into this surroundings, and he invited me to play with him. And I was very young. I was maybe 18, studying at the time, and thanks to him, he got me somehow into the scene with much more experienced people.
Dance was recorded live, so no overdubs. Why did you choose to record the album that way?
Well, it's something we really like to do, to play acoustically. We have a concert series in Switzerland where we play every 2 weeks in the same club, and we always play acoustic, so we developed also an affinity to it. But it's also because we as a band, we like to improvise, but to function also as one instrument, and so
instead of all three separate.
Exactly, and trying to blur somehow the limitation or the limit of each instrument, and to allow them to function as one body somehow.
Yeah, to blend, really blend. All right, you're gonna play another song for us. It's called Yuuichi, if I'm right.
Yes.
It means 11 in Japanese.
It meant 11 in Japanese.
Why did you choose for 11?
Well, it's Patrice's piece, so it's his composition. But if I'm not mistaken, it's 11 rhythm. Well, I know it's an 11 rhythm, but yes, it's a bit hidden. It's based on a traditional 11 rhythm from Bulgaria, and the melody was inspired by Tom York's singing.
Tom York?
Yes.
So if we pay attention, we might hear a touch of Tom York. And,
I hope so, yes.
Okay, and 11.
And 11.
Okay. Well, we're going to listen to you guys.
Thank you. Yes.
Colin Vallon and your trio. Let's listen. Yuuichi. Thank you.
Thank you.